Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I always like to talk about my beloved chess principles on my YouTube channel. In fact, we dedicated the entire speedrun series to that concept. And now I'm going to come at you from the same angle, but with a different kind of video. I received lately actually very recently, a message on Chessable with regards to some of my courses, the Chess Principles Reloaded courses, and my 1d4 as well. And I thought that this would make a mighty good YouTube video, so let me shrink my head so that you can read this stuff with me, and then we will move on to the practical side of things. But before we do so, please don't forget to chuck a like to this video, leave a comment down below, and please subscribe to help me grow this channel as much as we can. So here we go. I'm a student of your 3 CPR courses. I find it really inspiring, but hard to convert it into my game previously. Or I found it hard to convert it. Interesting comments there, and indeed, anytime we learn something new in chess, we don't always feel an immediate opportunity or possibility to translate that into our own games. I just bought your D4 course recently, and I'm really proud of the game I just played. The reason I want to share this is not because I played theory out perfectly. You actually did, but more on that in a bit. Quite the opposite. My opponent played several logical moves, but not quite the best, not conquering the center, not developing some lemon moves, as I would say. This reminds what coach had said when we see an unprincipled move in chess, which was not covered in theory. We should not be disappointed. On the opposite, we should be really happy and punish it with arrogant and cocky mindset. I never said arrogant, I said aggressive, but I will take it. I just cannot believe that I'm able to play a game that looks so simple and clear like this. There is no blunder or hanging piece whatsoever, but in just 13, in move 13, the engine suggested to immediately give up a knight and hope for the best. I'm not quite sure what that meant. Anyway, so, long story short, we have got an awesome game by a very clearly very happy student of my courses. And so I'm going to share with you this game. Especially, I thought it would be valuable to show you this because the player in the white trunks is rated hardly north of 1000. So, the quality of the play is actually really impressive. So let's have a look. We have bishop f5, not a really good idea here to play this, but one should get away with it if played with enough care. But dc4, these two combined, they are very problematic. This is black's last chance to stay in the game by playing knight f6 to deny e4, but instead the opponent plays e6, and now we are at it right away with e4. Bishop takes c4. Now here I would like to pass a message on to you. A lot of players below 2000 struggle with getting these into these positions. Actually, struggling is not the right way. They miss opportunities to get into these types of positions when the opportunity is actually there. Which means that, you know, even people who claim to understand really well the concept of development and center, they would play like e3 instead of e4. Just to give you an example here. And many similar mistakes that would disallow them to get to here, even though the opportunity is there. Now, Mr. Rex, our 1000 rated friend, however, is not one of those guys, and he now castles. Indeed, in the comment he reflected that he tried to do his best in terms of all three, so center, development and king safety. But here actually this is one of the moves that I would critique as a coach, because castles is not priority here. d5 is. When a developed knight can be kicked, it needs to be kicked. It's far more important than playing castles, because castles here does not have any immediate yield. Your position hasn't gotten any better just because you castled, other than the fact that your king is out of trouble. But since your king is not in trouble right now, if we instead can right away hit our opponent where it hurts most, we 100% should prioritize that. No questions. But our opponent also allowed us to bounce back because they played bishop h5, and now indeed d5 is the name of the game. Pawn takes, making things even worse by opening up the e-file. Bishop takes f3, trading off all the developed pieces from black's perspective, so things are going from bad to worse. Knight e5, and queen e2. At first I really wanted to play rook e1 here, but queen e2 is actually more accurate because queen e2 then threatens with f4. And so the only way to deal with the pin is queen e7. Now my friend here played pawn d6, which is just chef's kiss. This is Paul Morphy, my friends, here again, rearing its beautiful head. The idea is to gain even more tempi for the attack or for what's to come. Obviously, the cd6 loses to knight d5 when, as soon as the queen abandons the e-file, we win the piece with f4, and of course queen e6 loses the queen to knight c7. But the real beaut comes after queen d6, because at first sight I just thought, oh yeah, f4 and GG. But then I realized that actually no. I wonder, by the way, if Rex had seen it. But f4 is a blunder because of check, and the bishop gets captured. The point here is simply to develop even more. And after f6, which is pretty much the only move, complete development with rook a d1, and now black is absolutely and 100% on the ropes. If queen c5, we take. If pawn takes, then after rook d5, this is carnage city on your bike, baby. Whereas if queen takes e5, then queen g4 is going to be our move, introducing the absolutely terminal rook e1 and the even more terminal mate e1 on d7. And that is g to the g. Now our d6 move got rewarded very heavily though, because our opponent did take it with the pawn, and there came knight d5, and after queen d7, bishop b5 concluded the game. And this is, guys, how I would expect many games to go in the 1000 to 1500 range, if chess principles are appropriately used and utilized. So I'm super happy for our Chessable friend Rex, or Chessable student Rex, who now is beginning to see the results of playing principled and solid chess. I hope you guys feel inspired too. CPR is still indeed one of my most popular Chessable courses. I'm going to leave a link down below if you haven't got those yet. They are absolutely golden. And I'm going to call it a day. Once again, shout out to Rex for this marvelous victory. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.